Just because we can't call him father doesn't mean he's not a father.
Okay.
I hope that's clear.
No, that's clear.
Exactly.
So then it draws it. I think that kind of moves it to then the next part of the question, whereas like, because obviously, if I call God Father, like that, like whatever, right? But now it draws into the next part of the question of who is Jesus really? Is he the Son in a unique way?
I would say, hold on. When you say Jesus is a son, what does that mean?
Like like the claim, the title, like Jesus, the Son of God, right? Like
What does that mean?
right, like we can get into like the now we're getting into like the eternally begotten, right? So like making the distinction of Jesus is the eternally begotten son, as where I as a Christian would call myself a son of God, but we would actually say it's by like adoption.
Okay. So when you say son of God, I need to know when Jesus calls God the Father and the Father calls him the Son, when you say the word son of God or that phrase, what does that actually mean? Can you define that so I can tell you if I affirm it or not?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't expect that you affirm it, but right, it is
Well, I
Jesus
might.
is
I might.
okay, right? Jesus is God who relates to the Father as the Son. It's a relational term, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and
Is that it?
you can kind of get into John 10 where the Pharisees are upset with Jesus because of how he calls himself the Son, making himself equal with God. You can
No, I
get
disagree. That doesn't follow.
you
That's not true right there.
well
I believe
they
Jesus
do
and
get
God are
upset with
one
him.
in a sense. Well,
So
that's fine. They misunderstood. Jesus actually addressed them 5 verses later.
he does, right? He addresses them. Interestingly enough, though, like in a weird way, they still don't buy it. They actually see that Jesus is trying to give like a little, I don't know, call it just like a legal loophole to get around
That's fine. But,
being
oh, wait.
stoned.
Okay, but Jesus is the one telling the truth, right? So we believe Jesus, not the Pharisees.
I mean, it's interesting, right? Because the Pharisees are in some ways they're correct in seeing who Jesus is. They're wrong in thinking that it's blasphemy.
Okay, that's the presupposition that the Pharisees were correct when they said that he was claiming to be God. I don't believe that presupposition is true, but what I do believe is that the evidence is clear that Jesus says that he's claiming to be the Son of God,